to talk about self-love and like low-key, high-key. Oh, bus. What? Oh my God. Low-key, high-key mental health as well. Okay. All right. So for those of you who do not know, I was on the news today. Okay, so it was just a little clip from the video I did about the girl who had the date at the Oyster Bar and how he, you know, ran out on a tap. I'll post a link so you guys can see that video if you already haven't watched it. Now, in the comment section, like 99.999% of you guys do not agree with me, and that's, you know, that's fine. I said what I said. And that's fine. You don't gotta like it, but you know, whatever. And I feel like a lot of people did not watch the video to its entirety, but that's for a whole other discussion, right? So with that being said, me personally, I'm a very romantic kind of girl. I like to, you know, receive flowers and gifts and all of that. Flowers especially, like you could pick something from somebody's garden and I would appreciate it to the moon and back. So I said to myself, if I were dating me, if I were in a relationship with me, which I am in a relationship, and he does, you know, buy me flowers and make sure that things are okay every now and then. But for a situation like today, right? I don't know if he's going to get me flowers. I don't think he's going to get me flowers. So I'm going to get myself flowers because I feel like every little moment should be celebrated, right? And mind you, I was on that newscast thingy for maybe like 3 seconds. But you know what? I'm proud of myself. If I did not make the content, it would not have been used. And even if it's a situation, and I was the only girl as well in all the clips that they used, it was 2 other guys and then me. And even if they said, oh, here, use this, here's a girl, put the girl in the video, or oh, here's another blurb excerpt from the situation, use this, whatever. Or if they sat there and went through every video with a fine-tooth comb and was like, oh yes, she's the one, this is the one, get it, get her. If that's the case, awesome. But if it's not, also awesome, because they really did not need to use my clip, right? Now, another thing that I wanted to touch on is my body. Now, I have body dysmorphia. I know this for 100% fact. It's undiagnosed. I haven't gone to a professional and, you know, all of that. But I feel like I do have it. I look at myself in the mirror and all I see are my imperfections. I work out like 3 to 5 times per week. I've lost 13 pounds since May. I'm very, very proud of myself. I wasn't happy with the way I looked last year. I fell into a very, very, very deep depression. I was abusing alcohol, like abusing, waking up, drinking, falling asleep at work, abusing alcohol. And I had to, you know, reevaluate and, you know, bring myself back to some sort of normalcy, right? What I also find myself doing a lot is that I praise myself. Like I said earlier, I celebrate every little victory, every little milestone, every little thing that happens in my life. I try to magnify it, right? To the highest possible degree. Now, outside of getting myself flowers, which I'm going to do today later on after I get the kids, I whenever I talk about myself, I speak about myself in the highest regard. I never, or at least I try not to talk down about myself. I know my faults, I know my weaknesses, I know where, where I fall short. So I try to just put out there the best energy possible for me. And I would love it if that was more of a thing, like more people did that, where we celebrate our small victories, we love on ourselves more, we give ourselves more grace. And that is something that I had to work hard on myself to do. When it comes to negative comments on social media, like I said earlier, I said what I said. Last night I had like a tiny weeny teensy weensy discussion about it on Twitter, where I was like, and I've said it on Instagram as well multiple times, where I don't like arguing, I don't like debating, because when I know that I'm right about something, I get so upset to the point where I want you to die, and it's never that serious. Like, never ever that serious. So I don't get into arguments with people. I try not to correct people. And then I'm a Virgo as well. I'm already on YouTube giving people advice. I'm on Instagram giving people advice. I try not to, when people say or spew certain things, I try not to correct anybody. I try not to give too much of an opinion on anything, because I know that once it becomes a debate, once it becomes an argument, I just end up doing the most, and it's just too much for me. So I've developed this thing where I just remove myself from certain situations where I know that I'm going to be upset. I don't entertain anymore. If I know that my voice is going to be raised and elevated, I try to avoid it completely. Now, my husband would disagree and say that all I like to do is argue back. But recently, I've been trying to avoid all of that, avoiding conflict at all costs. And it might come off as trying to brush the situation under the rug, but it's just me trying not to upset myself, right? I'm not going to get myself upset. If my kids do something, I'm not going to get myself upset. I'm going to talk it out as reasonably as I possibly can, and then go from there. If I find myself getting upset, if I find myself getting loud, if I find myself getting abrasive, I'll walk away, smoke a little joint, something, have a shot of tequila, something, whatever I need to do to take the edge off, that is what I'm going to do. But I'm no longer entertaining any sort of negative self-talk, no more unnecessary aggressiveness, right? That's not what we're doing anymore in 2023 and beyond. I don't have the time for it. I don't have the energy for it. It's just not for me, and I'm not going to condone it. So, with that being said, the challenge that I want to bestow upon all of you is to give yourself more grace. Love yourself a little bit more. Celebrate your small wins. Magnify all your victories. Okay? Buy yourself flowers. I can buy myself flowers. Yeah, all of that. Okay? So I'm at my kids' school, about to get them right now. I don't want them to be on camera, but until next time, guys, peace sign and kissy face. Bye.